How much has your opinion and tone changed on Trent Williams versus the Redskins since this all began at the beginning of training camp? Do you still feel like you did when this all started about whether or not he's going to come back? And how would you handle this? We'll take your latest temperature. Right now, it is time for the Beltway Blitz. We'll get to Byron Kerr on the Nats as they play the Reds tonight in a few moments, but let's start off on the gridiron. JP Finlay, NBCSportsWashington.com. JP, Adam Schefter says the Redskins have gotten phone calls on Trent Williams, and they had told teams they will not be trading him. Do you believe that?
Well, Grant, I reported this morning. I know the Redskins have gotten phone calls on Trent. I know there are 3 teams actively pursuing him. That includes the Patriots, which we first heard about a couple weeks ago. So we know that people are calling. As far as the Redskins won't trade him, I believe that's what they're saying today and maybe yesterday and tomorrow. There's no upside in them admitting they're looking to trade him because they lose leverage in the deal. They have to pretend that the charade of them willing to stonewall him for a year is possible. I just don't see it happening. I heard your tease there about, taking calls on how much your opinion has changed. The phone calls I've had with some league folks in the last week, I think Trent Williams is as good as gone.
Wow. So Jordan Palmer Finlay, ultimately you think that he's traded and that's how this gets resolved?
Yeah, I do.
What's
What
the timetable on that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
Well,
Grant.
hold on. I'm not saying you specifically, JP. I don't remember every person's opinion the entire time. But I think collectively most of us didn't think that way. And at one point in time, he's going to show up. Eventually he'll come back. They'll do something. They'll get this right. What's changed?
For me personally, I'll tell you, is I wrote a story last week while we were in Richmond after talking to a few different people close to Trent that know the situation. I thought all along that this would end in late August, that Trent would show up and that he'd be the left tackle in Philadelphia week 1. A lot of that was because I thought he didn't want to miss game checks. He didn't want to miss regular season games. He cares about football too much. The conversations I have with these folks lead me to believe that while he still cares about games a tremendous amount, the issues between him and the Redskins organization are such that he is willing to really miss regular season games and to carry this thing on for a while.
Okay, so
with that knowledge, I think if I know it, I think the Redskins know it too, and I think they recognize that they cannot let this continue to just get worse and worse, and at some point you got to leverage your asset.
So, Jake Plummer Finlay, when does this go down then? Is it wait until the regular season, until a tackle goes down? Is it hoping somebody gets injured somewhere and then somebody becomes more desperate? When do you think this all goes down?
I think it all depends on when the price tag gets high enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think you are talking about a first-round pick, or you're talking about a player that can help the Redskins in return right away. Because the other part we know that Bruce Allen and throughout the organization has said is we believe we're close. So if you believe you're close, then a package of picks in 2020 and 2021 might not mean as much to you as a good player that can help you right now.
JP Finlay, NBCSportsWashington.com. If they trade him, Donald Penn presumably is the full-time left tackle when he gets in game shape?
Yeah, I mean, full-time, we'll wait to see, but I think certainly he'd be the starting left tackle. He was very durable throughout his career until the last 2 seasons, but you are talking about a 36-year-old left tackle, so you'd like to think he can get through 16 games, but Trent Williams hasn't been getting through 16 games in a number of years. I don't know that Donald Penn will either.
John Paul Flam Finlay, thank you, buddy. Always appreciate it.
Thank you, fellas. Take care.